Hi everyone. I haven't done a full face makeup video for a little while, so I thought I would do that, although my makeup's going to be a little light today. So I am wearing today just a Carly, and by the way, if you have a LuLaRoe friend or consultant and you haven't tried the Carly, I could wear the Carly every single day. So it's black and it's got a little tiny like white pinstripe in it. This is probably my favorite one because I can wear it with cool colors and warm colors pretty well. So I thought I would just do full face makeup. I'm going to tell you a little bit about our skincare too, a couple of my favorite products, and then we will move into makeup. So the first thing I do after I've washed my face, and I use our skincare, our face wash in the shower usually, and then when I get out, the first thing I do is I put on, and I've already done this actually, but I'll do it again. I put on our anti-wrinkle cream. So you just take a little pump, and then my crow's feet used to be pretty bad, and I just apply the anti-wrinkle cream where I need it. I have some deeper wrinkles up on my forehead, and this will help with sort of medium to light wrinkles, but the deep ones, it'll have a little more trouble. So I just usually apply this in all of those places as I go. Okay, so once I've done that, then I'm going to use Climate Control. This is the one product that if you have dry skin or you get sunburned, this is an incredible moisturizer. When it comes, it's like a dark blue, and you shake it to activate it. And once you activate it, it looks like this. And then what you do, and I noticed mine was a little, when it gets plugged, I just sort of take it out, put it back in. But you just spray it. You can spray it in your hand and then put it on, but I just spray it on my face. And then you want to cover that with a moisturizer of some sort. So what I do, moisturizer of some sort to seal in so it doesn't just evaporate away. And so I'm going to use our SeneSerum C. SeneSerum C will help with aging spots. It has active vitamin C in it. It has these little, show you here, these little balls in there, and that's active vitamin C, and when you put it on, it'll actually break, and that'll help you with age spots or discoloration of your skin. That was the last product I added. So when I started the face care, I started with the face wash, used it for a few weeks. Then I added the Climate Control. Then I added the anti-wrinkle. Then I added the moisturizer, and then I added the SeneSerum C last. So that one, if you have sensitive skin, that's the one that you want to probably add last. So once I do the SeneSerum C, and I only use it like once a day because it is a little bit stronger, that vitamin C, then I'm going to apply my moisturizer. And I'm good to go. So you can see I sort of have this red tint to my skin. I always have it. I've got some eczema right here, and I've got a little bit up here, and I've got a little bit on my eyes. So today what I'm going to use is our Color Correcting Tinted Moisturizer. I use the light. It comes in medium as well, and I have these in stock. This is a moisturizer, but it's going to even out your skin tone so that if you do have red areas, it's really going to give you a consistent color. So you can use that even as your moisturizer. You saw me use a moisturizer, and then I'm also going to use this because I'm rather dry, but you could just use this as your moisturizer, and it's tinted with our it's going to go up or down shades as well. So if you have, you're not sure if you want light or medium, it will adjust to your skin tone. So I just put a little pump on there, and I'm just going to do half of my face so you can see the difference. And then I'll go back and do the rest. I just use a flat stipple brush, and I stipple that on. And I don't even worry about stippling this as much as I do foundation. And you want to get it up in your hairline. But you can see sort of how it took that redness out of this side of my face. So on days that, like today, I'm not really going to put on foundation. This is all I'm going to put on, is the Color Correcting Tinted Moisturizer, and call it good. Now I could put a foundation over this, but today I'm not going to. And some people will just take this on their hands and apply it that way. I don't like to do that, but some people do. Okay, so you can kind of see how much of the redness it really kind of eliminates and just smooths out my skin tone a little bit. Okay, once I do that, if I was doing kind of a full face and I wanted more coverage, I would go in with our Make Sense foundation. Couple tips about our Make Sense foundation and our Color Correcting Tinted Moisturizer and our LipSense. It all has a mechanical shield, meaning it's a mechanical shield. So you have two types of sunscreen. You have the chemical shield, which is SPF, and you have a mechanical shield. The mechanical shield is like putting clothing over an area. It'll actually block the sun because there's a physical barrier between your skin and the sun, which would be my dress. We have mechanical shields in both our Color Correcting Tinted Moisturizer, which is this one, and our foundation. They are equivalent to 15. So if you wear the Color Correcting Tinted Moisturizer, you're going to have an equivalent mechanical shield equivalent to an SPF 15. And then if you put foundation on top of that, you're going to have another 15 equivalent. So you'll really have an SPF 30 if you wear both of these, an equivalent to SPF 30. It's not SPF, so it's not a chemical shield. But if you want to really protect your face from the sun, especially this summer, wear one or the other or both of these, and that will really help. And then LipSense does the same thing. It has a mechanical shield so your lips will not burn. So normally I would put on my foundation, but today it's kind of a lighter day, so I'm not going to do that. What I do is I'll do a half a pump of my foundation, and then I use a half a pump of the pearlizer, which I'll show you in a little bit. So once I've done that, then what I do is I don't have any candlelight because my daughter took it. So normally I would use candlelight for concealer, but what I'm actually going to do is just use this concealer because it's in my drawer. It's not Senegence, but normally I would use candlelight, Shadowsense for my concealer, but Tegan has found that she really, really likes it, and it is in her room. So you can cover up any blemishes you have. I've got a few. If you need to cancel out redness, I would highly recommend our green concealer because that's going to even help with redness even more. So you could use the green concealer and then put on your foundation. Okay, so now what I would typically do is I'm going to just do a little bit of contouring right here on my cheekbone. And this is Mocha Java Shadowsense. So I'm actually using our Shadowsense to sort of contour on my cheek line. And you can see that that just gives me a little bit of definition. Then I also usually contour a little bit on my nose, just to make my nose look a little bit thinner. And I just use my fingers for that. Okay, so that was Mocha Java Shadowsense. The other thing I use Mocha Java Shadowsense for, in addition to shadow, but I also use it to fill in my eyebrows. So I just use an angled brush. I put a little bit on there, and then I use it to fill in my brows. and my Mocha Java is almost gone, but I have these in stock. So most of our shadows right now are sold out, but I have just about every color in stock, if not more than one. So typically when you fill in your brows, this is what you want it to do. You want to start it here at the teardrop or the tear duct of your eye. And then you want it to peak here, sort of at an angle, running right through your pupil. And then you want it to go, if you line it up with your nose, you want your eyebrows to go down to the end there. So again, you line it up with your nose, you want your eyebrows to come into here, you want them to peak here, and then you want them to go down to here. So again, Mocha Java, so I just use that for contouring, and then I also used it on my eyebrows. But it's actually Shadowsense. So our Make Sense foundation, our Shadowsense, and our LipSense is all waterproof. It is budge proof, smudge proof. It's going to be on all day, just like the LipSense. So our shadows are pretty amazing for that reason. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to just use Sandstone Pearl. And I'm going to put this all over my eyelid. Now sometimes I use candlelight typically, but again, my daughter's taken that, so I don't have it with me. So I'll use Sandstone Pearl. And again, you could use a brush to blend this in, or you can use your finger. So I'm just using my finger. I'm taking it all the way up to my eyebrow and sort of blending it in, okay? And I've got a little dry patch right there. My dry patches are always interesting. Okay, so then what I'm gonna do, and again, you have about 30 seconds to 45 seconds to sort of mess with the color and get it to blend, and then it will set. So you have to work a little bit quickly, not crazy. So the next color I'm gonna use is Copper Rose. So Copper Rose is just a really pretty, and again, I'm not wearing lots of makeup today, and you need the tiniest amount. So this is a cream to powder, and then I'm just gonna blend that in to my crease. And the key to these is to blend. So if I wanted that darker, then I'd go back and put in a little bit more. Our shadows are not gonna crease. They're not gonna budge, they're not gonna smudge. And again, they're cream to powder, so you have about 30 seconds, 45 seconds to sort of work that in and blend it. Okay. Now I'm gonna make my lid just a little bit lighter. So what I'm gonna use for that is I'm gonna use Whisper Pink. And I'm just gonna put, again, use the tiniest amount. So I'm just gonna put a very tiny amount from here. And I'm gonna just put that on my lid. And I'm just sort of tapping that in to make my lid a little bit lighter. And then I'm gonna do the same thing on this lid. Again, I just get a little bit off the wand. You really don't need much. A little bit goes a long way. If you experience creasing when you're using our shadows, it's because you're using too much. And then I'm gonna go back to my fluffy brush and just do a little bit more blending so I have a soft line there. Okay. The other place that I'm going to, actually I'm gonna use Sandstone Pearl Shimmer up near my brow. So again, I'm just gonna take a little bit and then just put that up here. So I kind of like to put a shimmer, if I'm gonna use it, up by my eyebrow. And I'm not like, I don't wear a ton of makeup, but what I love about this is that it's gonna be here all day. And again, I have that little dry spot right there, which is kind of annoying, but what do you do? Okay, and last but not least, I am gonna add my favorite color, which is Garnet. I think I have one of these in stock. Again, I'm just getting a very tiny amount, and I'm just going to put a little bit of that over in the corner of my eye. And again, blending it is key. I need a little bit more. So you can always go back and get more. You never want to try and remove your Shadowsense if you get too much. You just want to try and add a different lighter color, because removing it, because it is budge proof and smudge proof, to remove it is hard on your skin if you've just put it on. You know, you want to remove it with a good makeup remover. So if you mess up, you're better off to take a lighter color and fix it that way. So, and then I have tattooed eyeliner on, but I'm going to put a little bit of eyeliner just on my top lid. It's rather hard in the phone. How'd I do there? Okay, I think I got it. So I'm just going to put a little on my top lid. Again, I just used an angle brush. There we go. So just to add a little bit of definition. And then again, it's all smudge proof, budge proof. So once it sets, it's going to be there all day and it's not going to budge or smudge. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of our Lash Sense. Again, I'm really sensitive. So this is one of the first mascaras I found that I can actually use and doesn't bother my skin and make my eyes water. And again, I'm not putting much on today. But what I'm most excited about is I'm going to try a new LipSense color. There we go. So, and I'm not going to put any on my lower lashes, actually. Sometimes I don't do that. Okay. So I got my hair cut, and I had her cut it really short, but maybe it might be a little too short. Okay. So guess what I'm going to do today? So to kind of go with that palette, right, I used more warm tones today. Oh, I forgot to do blush. I'll do blush in just a minute. I sort of use those. I'm going to use Aussie Rose today. I've never used it before. But before I do that, I'm going to use some blush. So I'm going to use Pink Posy Shadowsense. And it is a little more intense, so you don't need much. I'm just going to put a little dot there and a little dot there. And then I'm going to blend it out. I sort of like it, the cheeks, the apples of my cheeks. And then I'm going to set it with our powder. So it's got a brush in here, and I'm just going to set this with the powder, and that way that sets the foundation or the moisturizer, and it'll stay all day. We also have a bronzer powder, and you can use this for contouring too. So if you wanted to use it here or up here for contouring, you could use that as well. It's a really pretty, and then we have a silver rose, which is really pretty too. Okay, so that's it. So now what I'm going to do is my LipSense. So the first thing I need is I need to make sure my lips are clean and dry. So I have lots of foundation on them, or Color Correcting Tinted Moisturizer, and I probably have some powder on them as well. Okay, and I'm gonna crack open Aussie Rose. I've never worn it before. Really popular. I have 2 more in stock if you want one. They're sold out. We only have 1 color in stock right now, and that's blue red. But I have a ton of colors in stock. So if you need anything, just let me know because I have most of them. So Aussie Rose, I'm going to shake it up. And as always, I'm going to apply 3 layers going in one direction, letting each layer dry, making sure I have very thin layers. This is a really nice kind of orangey pink. It is a Frost, I believe. Okay, so that's layer 1. It's crazy what a difference a little bit of lipstick will make. Here's layer 2. And you'll drool a little bit, let that layer dry. And now I'm going in with layer 3. Again, notice I'm only going in one direction. It's gonna feel sticky and tacky until you get your gloss on. Okay, there's 3 on the bottom. Okay, there's 3. That's pretty. I'm surprised it took me so long to open this guy. So there's Aussie Rose. Really, and I'll put it on my hand as well, and you guys can take a look. So what I do is to make sure that that lip color inside the waterline is nice and dry, I just kiss my hand, and sometimes you'll get a little that comes off, almost like a blowfish, and get all that inside, make sure it's dry, nice and dry. And then I'm just gonna apply my gloss over the top. And remember, you're gonna apply the gloss throughout the day. It'll protect your lip color, and it's not going anywhere. Doesn't come off. The gloss comes off. So I'm going to apply the gloss before I eat to protect the color, and then I'm going to apply it throughout the day as I feel I need it. I'm a little more dry, so I apply it a little more often. But there's the final look. Again, my eyes, not going to come off. Budge proof, smudge proof. So as we start getting into warmer weather, this is so awesome to wear if you're outside and it's really humid where you're at. You're going to sweat, and your makeup is not going to melt off your face because we're wax free and we're lead free. So wax will typically sort of melt off your face, and ours will not. So it's wonderful. So let me show you what Aussie Rose looks like on my hand as well. I'm surprised it took me so long to open this color. This one's old, ignore that one. But there's Aussie Rose. Oh, it almost matches my fingernails too. So that's it. That is sort of a full face Senegence makeup. It took me 20 minutes, but you could probably do it in 15 if you're not talking, or 10 even if you're not talking, because I didn't do too much. But that's a pretty easy look and fantastic products. I forgot to mention all of our products, our Shadowsense, our Color Correcting Tinted Moisturizer, our foundation, all has what's called Cineplex Complex. It's skincare. It is a kinetic enzyme that rushes new cells to the skin, to the surface of your skin 23% faster. So that means you're sloughing off your dead cells more often, and you have an anti-aging product. So as you're wearing our makeup, you're actually wearing skincare, and so you can actually see the anti-aging and maybe some reduction of wrinkles over time as you wear the products, especially if you use the skincare and you use the makeup, because they have our skincare in it. So if you have any questions, let me know, comment below. I hope you have a great day.